Okay. Welcome to Candor with Katy. I was going to do this last minute, so I just decided to. My voice is still kind of bad. I've been sick all weekend, so it sucks. But Sid Squatch is here to say hello, and I'm going to roll the intro, and I'll be back, possibly because I'm trying to find it now, and then I'll be back to share some Christmas decoration fails and also a funny, cute little story about an elf on the shelf. Boom! Let's do this. Hello there. Sorry, boy. Maybe now sometimes I do that and it comes in a little bit, so maybe I'll regret that a little bit. Okay, so I shared Thanksgiving fails before Thanksgiving, and then I didn't come on last week because, well, I was just really busy. So I'm going to give you an update on what's happening with the hearing and the ROC with the Registrar of Contractors. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm drinking coffee. I didn't have coffee today. Was there something on my face? And then this is making me feel so much better. It's just warm and everything. Okay, so the short scoop, and after Thursday I'll have more to share with you, but our hearing is set for Thursday the 5th. Now, he sent in a whole bunch of, reasons why he should keep his license, this and that, and stated all these different things. So then it's called a disclosure statement. So I sent in a list of witnesses, and then I sent in my disclosure statement contradicting what he said, and then also had some additional evidence to turn in and whatnot. And he has absolutely nothing on me. Nothing. He's trying to say that I fired him when, I don't know if I told you this, but on the day of the directive, so once the Registrar of Contractors, once an inspector comes out, they tell him, okay, you have a certain amount of time to remedy it. So it was 2 weeks. And he did not. And I had a little thing of when he showed up. It would be like for an hour and a half here and there. Sent a guy, whatever. So he tried to send an email he did send an email to the inspector and to me at 3:04 when the directive was ending at 5. Oh my God, I always have hair in my face. Sorry. And, asking for an extension. And I don't even think the inspector looked at that, and on Monday he said the directive period has ended. And so my friend Torsten and I, who's helping me, were telling him, no, you don't get an extension. And it was on the directive. Like, so you had until today at 5, you had until yesterday at 5. You don't get to keep working on it before the inspector gets out here, So that's the only thing he has. And I sent text messages to show that I never told him that he could not come on the property or that I, quote unquote, fired him. So it was very interesting because I waited till the last minute on purpose, and I took my packet in to the Office of Administrative Hearings on Tuesday, and I sent it overnight to him. So it was like $35. So he must have got it on Wednesday and been like, oh no, and then hurried and went out and got a lawyer. And then this lawyer on November 27th put a paper together and sent it into the Registrar of Contractors and to me, requesting for a continuance. And part of that was because he has a right to representation, and this lawyer has a conflict on that day. He's got another court hearing, and that he needs time to possibly subpoena people and gather evidence. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to bore you guys with this, but I was just like, we've had enough time. That time has ended. Our hearing is on the 5th. So I called, and listen, I do my due diligence. Don't mess with me because once I get to that point, I'm not going to back down, right? So I call who I need to call, and I look up the things I need to look up, and I find out what I need to do, and I send in an objection to the judge, and I basically stated, that it's unnecessary to, not unnecessary. I can't remember exactly what I said. I'll share it later. But anyway, within 2.5 hours, we got back what is it called? Something from the judge that says denied. So his extension was denied. Thank goodness, because honestly, he has nothing on me, so there's nothing they could gather. But So now we're proceeding. So that's good, because the thing he has done throughout this entire project has kept it going and going and going. It should have been done in April. So there's just so many complications now. So that's that. And so then I thought, well, what the heck? Let's do some Christmas decoration fails. I think I had one person watching and now nobody. Maybe you were bored with that story. Sorry. So we are going to, I'm just going to show you some, and then I'll share a little story with you. Well, I thought I had set this up to be read, but hey, it's Happy Blue Christmas. Okay, so I got some of this information from BuzzFeed, Reddit, Demilked, whatever that is. I just find stuff and there it is. Okay, so look at this one. Nice tree top. It says wooden gift. Oh, gift topper. How'd you like to get that on your gift? No, thanks. Okay, so then this person says, our advent calendar, we didn't notice when we bought it. And so I was looking at it and I was like, does it have something to do with the candy and on day 10? And then I noticed it. So days 9 through 12 are repeated. So then I counted too, like 13th, 14th, 15th. Okay, so the days were right, but they're just like numbered wrong on there. So someone bought it though. They got away with it. Okay. Who does this? Who does this? You have to know. So it looks like the Rudolph has a pearl necklace as well. Okay, this Santa duck that's supposed to have rosy cheeks, not Satan eyes. I feel like I might have shared that one before. But then this one goes along perfectly with it. So this is in like a big mall, right? Like a Macy's or something. Satan. Don't you think that someone did that on purpose? I mean, I don't know how if anybody could get in there and actually do that, but I feel like someone did that on purpose. Or I wonder how long did it go on before someone noticed, you know? Okay, this is all kinds of, that doesn't even make sense. I mean, obviously it's supposed to say happy holidays, but beats me. All right, so this one says, the lights we sell at our work here has an off and a no button. So I copied it bigger so you can see that. Off and no. So what does that mean? Don't turn the lights on? And then I made this one bigger also because it said someone decided that these reindeer didn't need their eyes. And so I looked at it for a minute and I'm like, what's wrong with it? Like I thought the eyes were, I was like, is that an eye? Is that big nose an eye? And then I looked at it and I thought, oh my God, that's terrible. So they stuck antlers through their eyes. Okay. You know, that's a really old one. And I think I've seen that when I was a kid somewhere in Roswell, New Mexico. So it's something I never noticed, but yeah, not that great. This Santa's face is the wrong way, so I didn't notice that at first either. So his eyes and his nose, he's upside down. So his beard's under his eyeballs. And then this one with the place of the Christmas ornaments. And here's another one I'm saying. I feel like people that are doing these and putting these together are doing it on purpose. And they're just seeing who's going to find out. And hey, they got attention, didn't they? This one took me forever. Sorry, this took me forever. And now it's taking me again. Wise men still seek him. I was like, and then of course, seamen. What? That is very confusing. I mean, how do you not know this when you're sewing it? Okay, this one is weird to me too. I could not figure it out. It says terrible font choice on a Christmas book made me do a double take. And so I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, it looks like Christmas farts and fancies, right? So is it Christmas facts? That's probably it. But what's the second word? Is it fancies? Christmas facts and fancies? I prefer Christmas farts and fancies, to be honest with you, as long as I don't have to smell them. All right, this is somebody, put their cinnamon rolls, in the Pyrex dish on the stove. And that happened to me and a friend in college. We were studying, and I was at this guy's apartment. We were studying for one of our classes and had a Pyrex dish on the stove. And suddenly we heard a big poof. And then there was like glass pieces in the walls and everything. And we were like, holy crap. Good thing we weren't in the room. So no, you do not set your Pyrex dishes on the stove. And then this person will never open an envelope like this again. Now, unless you live in Canada or Europe or something, they have the money that just doesn't rip, because it rips here. That doesn't look like a US dollar, or that's pretty old, but can you imagine? I mean, it'll still work, but still. Okay, so now I have the story, so it's going to be a little shorter. So it says firefighters save elf on the shelf that died in an accident. Okay, so here's the deal. Oh, hey, forgot that this does that. Balloons, watch. I think this does something else too. Hey, okay. So basically this, I think it was in Roanoke, and it was written by a guy named Mike Ross. Yeah, Roanoke County firefighters turned a possible disaster. So here's the title. In a magic holiday twist, Roanoke County firefighters turned a possible disaster into a heartwarming lesson on fire prevention, thanks to the antics of a mischievous elf on the shelf. So they responded to reports. So this there was a structural fire in this place in northern Roanoke County, and there were no flames, but there was smoke in the dining room. So when they got in there, they found that the issue was none other than an elf on a shelf stranded near a light. And then this little kid named Liam said, his first words were, "Elfie died." And I said, "Oh my gosh, he did," said Mom. And then the elf had become marooned next to the heat emitting light. So, but Elfie didn't die. So here he is. So he thinks he dies, right? Oh, that's the good ending. So this poor kid thinks Elfie dies, and he's just like distraught. So anyway, the firefighters pretended to try and revive him and stuff, and they put him in the thing. They put him in the ambulance or the fire truck, and they took him with them. And then they told him that the elf chose to return to the North Pole while he recovered. I guess you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to sprinkle cinnamon or something and tell the kids, hey, the elf's going to the North Pole to recover. And so then the department wrote in a Facebook post that, be respectful of all lights. Both burning flames and shining lights emit heat that's far too hot for our skin. And then they did an update. Hang on, it says, what does it say? They did an update on the elf from the shelf. So he arrived with a letter to his front door that said, "My name is Wyatt. Santa sent me by first class because your elf had an accident. Lucky for you, I'm afraid of light bulbs. Santa reassigned your old elf to the fire prevention area and will keep firefighters safe. Make sure to set me out so I can fly back tonight," the letter read. So I think that's awesome. I think it's wonderful when people, especially if they're working and stuff, they can take the time out just to make some kid's life, make their day, It's pretty great, I think. So do you guys do elf on the shelf? I haven't decorated yet, but I did order a tree because last year I got a live tree. I got one from Sprouts. It wasn't that big, but it was nice, and it was just kind of, and so I ordered one for my bay window. It's going to look better, and it's like a 4.5 foot tree that's, what is it called, batched or thatched? So it's got the white and stuff, and so I ordered a few decorations, and it'll look pretty nice, I think. So I'm going to end also with this quote. Let's see right here. Sorry. What I don't like about office Christmas parties is looking for a new job the next day. And that was said by a funny old lady named Phyllis Diller. So there's lots of stuff out there you can find, but I just hope that, so I'll keep you updated on what's going on with me here. Probably after Christmas, I'm thinking about ideas with even real estate videos and stuff, and to be more consistent and stuff. So it's going to be kind of fun. So join me on my journey. Let me know if there's anything you want to see, and maybe I should have some guests on, I'm thinking. So if you have something you want to talk about, hit me up, and let's talk about it. Okay. Final thoughts would be to stay safe during the holidays. Somebody put a post up earlier, and they were in a bar, and they were just having a burger, and there was a couple that was sitting next to them that was having drinks and then talking about the multiple DUIs they've had. And I don't know if everybody knows, but there's a pair of sisters that are from Gilbert that were going to Utah to celebrate Thanksgiving, got hit by a drunk driver, and they've been in the hospital. One of them's already had to have part of her arm amputated. So just be smart out there. And I'm going from funny to ending on this kind of a note, but just be safe, guys. Just be smart. There's lots of ways you can get home if you're going to have spirits on the holidays. Okay? But have fun. Be with your family, be with your friends. And remember what Sid Squatch says. The journey begins with you. So be good to yourself. And you know what I say? The Horgan loves you. I'll see you next week, okay? Thanks for joining.